And we're recording 3, 4, 5, 6. Hello again, Diana here to walk you through another aspect of the custom clothing submissions that you can do for Tattered Weave. So I know a lot of our recolor requests are actually requests to edit existing items into smaller versions of themselves. Now, you don't have to wait for your recolor to get voted on. You can instead do it yourself with a custom submission. So I'm flipping over here to the dressing room, and I'm just going to pick one of the Enchanted Forest robes as an example. So what you're going to want to do, unfortunately, since you can't really copy paste, it'll create like a black outline. You're going to save the image, save that, go down to your poses. You're going to save all of these because remember you're going to need all 4 in order to do a custom submission. And then you're also going to need a thumbnail. So going over to your inventory, you're going to want to save this image as well. Alright, we now have our 5 images. So going back over here into Photoshop, now these are already sized for the web, where our template is sized for drawing. So we're going to want to resize our image down to its 200 by 250 size in order to edit everything correctly in it, which also means we don't need this second window. That was there from my last video. So now with this the correct size, we can drag and drop these in here, and they should all be the correct size anyway. So I'm going to move these all over into the edit section. We want all of them to be rasterized because that's what's going to allow you to edit them. Alright, so let's start with our Confident Feminine, since that's the one at the bottom. Alright, Confident Feminine should be this one. So we go in here, going to zoom in. Let's say that what we want to do is just take the skirt off. So just grab my eraser. Make sure that you leave the black lines because it should have a black outline still. Might need to get a little close in there. Oops, I erased the I erased the sleeve by accident. Let's erase all the big parts first. And we just get in there with the eraser as much as we can to make that black. Now sometimes you'll have to add the black line in yourself, so it's a little bit difficult when it's this small. You're going to want a size 2 brush. In order to get that same sharpness. Usually what I have to do is I go in with the size 2 and then I come in with an eraser to make it even smaller, like that. But we don't need that for this one. Alright, so already we finished Feminine Confident. Here's Feminine Cheerful. Take our eraser, la 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 la. Get rid of all the big stuff. You can also use the lasso tool if you prefer to do that rather than eraser. I need my eraser to be a little bit smaller. And you can always turn the poses off if you need to make sure that you got all the color out of the edges. Alright, masculine. Right. Erase, erase, erase. I don't have much to say because this is just doing the same thing over and over again. But again, thankfully this is not a difficult or long process. It's just a little bit boring maybe. All right. Erase, erase, erase. All right, and I think that looks pretty good. Okay, so we're going to want to turn our background off. I like to zoom out so I can see it at 100. All right, and then we're just going to do a bunch of save as. So this is Confident Masculine, so we also want to make sure that we pick a good name for it. So let's call this the Cut Robe Confident Masculine. Cut Robe Cheerful Masculine. And repeating myself from the last video, I have a macro key shortcut for saving everything the correct file size. So that's why I'm doing this so quickly. Oh, what did I call it? Cut Robe Confident Feminine. Cut Robe Cheerful Feminine. All right, and we still have our thumbnail from over here. Gonna want to open that in its own file so that we can go in here and again, just use our eraser. La 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 la. Now, you can see here, unfortunately, this makes it way tinier than the rest of the image. So I'm going to go ahead and try to upscale it just a little bit so that it fits more. We'll see how this looks at 100%. That looks fine. So again, we're going to save it. And that is going to be our Cut Robe thumbnail. And voila! You've now styled yourself your own edit. All right, thanks for tuning in.